Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for May 11th. May 11th is the 131st day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 132nd in leap years, with 234 days remaining until the end of the year. Today's word is sagacious. Sagacious is an adjective that means having or showing keen mental discernment and good judgment, wise or shrewd. This comes to us from Latin. I think around the 17th century is probably about when it was first used. And with that, we're going to start way back in the year 868, when a copy of the Diamond Sutra was printed in China, making it the oldest known dated printed book. What is a Diamond Sutra, you're wondering? Well, to greatly oversimplify, you could think of it as a way of study in relation to the perfection of wisdom, like, here's how to be a better, happier person. That kind of study, the Diamond Sutra. On May 11, 1846, President James K. Polk asked for a declaration of war against Mexico, starting the Mexican-American War. Minnesota was admitted as the 32nd state of the United States on May 11, 1858. This is the birthday of American pilot and screenwriter Harriet Quimby, born May 11, 1875. She was the first woman to gain a pilot's license in the United States. In 1912, she became the first woman to fly across the English Channel, in addition to being a Hollywood screenwriter. She died in a strange airplane accident in which the plane pitched sharply. She and her passenger were ejected from their seats while the plane merely glided down and dodged in the mud, totally a survivable landing if they hadn't fallen out of the plane. If they had a good set of seat belts, they almost certainly would have survived that flight, and that might have something to do with why seat belts are such a big deal when flying in airplanes. She was only 37. This is the birthday of pianist and composer Irving Berlin, born May 11, 1888. He lived at the age of 101. Whew. Now looky here, who loves Cadbury chocolates? I'm not eating them right now, but I do love them. The Cadbury Company was established by John Cadbury some 196 years ago, selling tea, coffee, and drinking chocolate. The milk chocolate that we know them for now was produced in 1905 and was Cadbury's best-selling product by 1914, interestingly, well after the date of Cadbury's founder, John Cadbury, who passed away on May 11th, 1889, at the age of 87. This is the birthday of Spanish artist Salvador Dali, born May 11th, 1904. He lived to the age of 84. Also the birthday of actor and comedian Phil Silvers, born May 11th, 1911. 5-11-11. He lived to the age of 74. Another great day for birthdays. This is the birthday of physicist, engineer, and Nobel Prize laureate Richard Feynman, born May 11th, 1918. He was a brilliant man, involved in a lot of projects, but I first became aware of him during the Space Shuttle Challenger disaster investigation. He was actually the one who figured out that it was the O-rings. The O-rings couldn't take the cold. They failed. The ship blew up. He's the one that figured it out. Richard Feynman. He lived to the age of 69. On May 11th, 1934, a massive storm sent millions of tons of topsoil flying from across the parched Great Plains region of the United States as far east as New York, Boston, and Atlanta. Dust storms, as we call them, had started a couple years earlier and had only gotten more severe and more frequent since then, just in 2 years' time. These dust storms drove thousands of families from the most severely affected areas. A lot of them moved west out to California, where they were known as Okies, no matter where they came from. Eventually, a change in farming practices helped, And the end of the drought in 1939 was really what helped the most. The 1970 Lubbock tornado killed 26 and caused $250 million in damage on May 11, 1970. In 1977, Bob Marley had been found to have a malignant melanoma under the nail of a toe. He declined much more than superficial treatment, having the lesion in the toenail removed, covered with a skin graft, rather than having the toe amputated, as doctors recommended, and facing more aggressive treatment. Unfortunately, it did spread. He performed his last concert in September of 1980, and it was around the time of that last concert that he learned that his cancer had spread throughout his body and in particular to his brain. A couple weeks shy of 8 months after that last concert, Bob Marley died on May 11th, 1981. He was 36. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with the link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include the link to my blog page that is called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, Parler, BitChute, and Getter. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.